So listen, a week ago when the Rockets lost to the Knicks, that didn't seem like a particularly big deal, but fast forward to today. The Rockets lost their fourth straight game, this one to the Orlando Magic, and it is bringing into question in the minds of some the idea that this small ball game, which kind of was taking the league by storm, doesn't really work. After going on a 6-game winning streak where they outscored their opponents by over 15 points a game, the Rockets have dropped off. In these 4 straight losses, they're shooting under 30% from 3. They've been outscored by more than 11 points per game. What specifically, Jay Williams, are you seeing that concerns you?
Well, I mean, they had a double-digit lead against Charlotte the game before that they lost. I have to question the leadership of James Harden. It's funny, when I see great players play in this league, Doris, when I watch Russell Westbrook, when I watch Giannis, when I watch LeBron James, there's a certain aura they bring to the table. There's a certain energy they bring to the table. You know they want to pursue greatness. When I watch James Harden, there seems to be a little bit more, he's lethargic. He's a little bit more laid back. There's not that same aggression that I see, and he needs to be able to take this team and elevate them the next step, and I haven't seen him do that. I don't question small ball. I question the leadership of James Harden.
In the first 10 games after the trade, they had the 7th best defense in the league. So they downsized and they played with focus and they played with force. They have shown none of that. In the 4 games, they're giving up 119 points and they're 25th defensively. The Knicks did something interesting. They sent a extra help defender to the strong side, and they cut off driving lanes. Mm-hmm. Now you're settling for jump shots. You're living and dying with it. And right now you're frankly struggling. But I think this is as much about intention and force as it is with missed shots.
Well, and so to spin that forward, if we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, is it the notion perhaps that when you're that undersized, you have to play so hard that maybe that's just not sustainable, that you're going to have stretches like this where maybe they just wear down?
I disagree. I think you can sustain it over that long a period of time. We have seen the Milwaukee Bucks do it on a nightly basis, regardless of who they're playing and when they're playing, and it might be a back-to-back. I disagree with the notion that you can't sustain it.
Okay, here's one thing that I want to go back to on the James Harden point. This has been James Harden's team. Is it still James Harden's team with Russell Westbrook there?
Not when I watch them play. I mean, when I watch them play, I look at it and I say, that's Russell Westbrook's team. I mean, he is the heartbeat of that team. He keeps them single-handedly in games at times because he does not take any plays off, where you're wondering, what can we get from James today? Will we get an explosion? Will we not get an explosion? But you know what the heck you're getting from Russell Westbrook every single night, Doris.
Part of this is life in the NBA. The narrative changes in a playoff series game to game. They're struggling. Boston's struggling. We see these kinds of hiccups. The problem is you didn't have the necessary fear and focus against some teams like Charlotte, Orlando. You're giving up 120 points per game. You're not going to win doing that.
Agree. I mean, look, you could say Boston, but Boston's been plagued by injuries. Yeah. Right? They've had injuries on it. Like this team, this is the personnel that's on this team. And it has to, I'm telling you guys, James Harden has to take that step, because they do not win a world championship unless James Harden becomes that great player. We all talk about him being great, and he is a prolific scorer. I don't know if he's a great player yet because he hasn't elevated the way he leads.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube.
For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app.
And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.